Hey guys, I've got some exciting news for you. We're going to be launching the Game Changer Summit 2021. And guess what? Speakers applications are now open. We have spaces for 3 lucky speakers to be able to apply and be positioned alongside 24 other world's leading industry experts in the world of leadership, entrepreneurship, marketing, branding, health. It's going to be absolutely epic. If you're a speaker, you're a consultant, you're a business owner, if you're a CEO and you want more exposure, more attention, you want to be positioned as a go-to expert, if you want to build on your personal brand, if you want to be paid your value and you want to have the best year ever, then apply today. Do not hesitate. So this is the link that you need, okay? Make sure that you got a pen and handy. It's bit.ly/GCS-speakers-application. Make sure that you apply today. We will be reviewing applications over the coming weeks, and for successful applicants, you will be contacted by me or my team shortly. So listen, good luck. Hope you enjoy the summit. If you're not successful, but listen, it's going to be absolutely epic. And make sure that you plug into the podcast and also onto the Game Changer show and on social media for further updates. Take care. Have a fantastic day.
This is the Game Changers Experience. Deep dive conversations with leading business disruptors, Olympic athletes, celebrities, entrepreneurs, and influencers from around the world. This show will teach you insights about the winning principles in mindset, productivity, marketing, branding, entrepreneurship, business strategy, and more. Hosted by Productivity Authority, business strategist, former elite athlete, author, and public speaker, Adam Strong.
Hey guys, Adam Strong here, and welcome to the Game Changers Experience Power Up Thursdays episode. I'm excited because today actually is just before we kind of go into the new year. And interestingly enough, because as most of you know, I've done hundreds of interviews with a lot of successful influencers and business disruptors, as well as you guys in terms of your entrepreneurs and your business owners, your investors from around the world. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about a subject that really gets my blood boiling, So, and the reason why it gets my blood really boiling is because I'm such a passionate, results-orientated entrepreneur. And, from my perspective, and I know 2020 has been a challenging year. And listen, I get it, right? But even prior to pandemic or whatever it might be, okay, is that I see the same cycles of why people don't become successful. Now, if you're listening to this, right, okay, now you're going to be shaking your head and it's going to have happened to you at least once, all right? But today I wanted to talk about a disease that is infecting a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners. Like, it's infecting from the brain and it's eating us up, man. And it's called excusitis. And what is excusitis? Well, it's the same bullshit story that you keep telling yourself that is sabotaging yourself from success. All right. We're going to go through some of the most common excuses that you guys or people that are listening in, entrepreneurs and business owners that you have around the world. Okay. And how we can essentially, I'm going to call you bullshit on that, right? Because it really drives me like insane about the excuses that people have for not becoming successful, right? Because no one has an excuse for not being successful, right? You've just got to listen. You've just got to make some different choices in life. That's what you've got to do, right? We've all got choices in our life. We're the only species on this planet to have what they call choices, right? Everyone has a choice. Okay. What are the most common excuses? Well, the first one is I don't have time, right? And it's all about everyone has the same amount of hours per day, per week, per month, right? And I hear the same excuses, right? Oh, if only there were 28 days and 28 hours in a day. If only this, if only that. The reality is that we have the same 24 hours in a day, the same 168 hours in a single working week. Everyone has the same amount of time, right? The reality is that people that are successful and the people that are not successful, which maybe you guys that are listening in right now, is that it's all about your priorities, okay? If your priorities are wrong, okay, and you're not focusing on the things that matter and that are going to grow your business, that are going to increase your sales, that's going to create your brand or whatever it is, okay, it's all about your choices. You need to make some different choices. You need to disrupt what is happening in your subconscious mind. You've got to make different choices, guys, okay? Really important, okay? So stop telling me that you do not have time, okay? Make time, right? If it's important to you, you'll make time. If you're doing something, okay, and it's not creating results, then guess what? Change it. Very simple, okay? Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again. So keep telling yourself your bullshit excuse of not having any time. Right. Secondly, I can't afford to hire people. Right. So this is interesting, right? And, I've had numerous conversations. Now, not many people can, I would say, not many people can hire me, right, on an exclusive one-to-one basis. And I get that. That's absolutely fine. But there are different ways in which they can work with me and my team, essentially, right? But here's the reality, okay? Now, here's one thing, right, that I like to kind of point out. Number one is, I want you to think about what exactly is your projected amount of earnings that is per year. So say, for example, it was, I don't know, call it 100,000 pounds, right? Just call it 100,000 pounds just to make it easy, right? Now, within 100,000 pounds, and I get my clients to do this as an equation, right? And you should be writing this down. If you're not all writing this down, you need to write this down straight away, right? So 100,000 pounds, okay? So that's what you want to make gross. That's what you want to make in turnover, okay? That's what you want to make, right? Okay. So from that 100,000, how many hours, okay, how many days per week do you work? So just say it's 5, right? In fact, I'm going to do this with you guys, okay? Say it's 5 days. So we've got 100,000, okay? Now say we take 4 weeks break. I'm going to give you 4 weeks holiday, okay? Just to be generous. Okay, so that's 48 weeks, all right? So that's 100,000 divided by 48. It gives me 2,083 pounds per week, okay? Right? That's per week, okay? Now, say, for example, I'm just going to say that you work 40 hours a week. Now, that's being really, really, really conservative, okay? Normally, we do like 50, 60, whatever it is, right? 40 hours. That gives me an hourly rate of 52 pounds and 8 pence. 52 pounds and 8 pence, right? Because I've just divided it by 40, okay? So I've done 40 hours. That gives me my hourly rate. So if I want to earn 100,000 pounds per year, I need to do activities less than, if I'm doing activities which cost less than 52 pounds and 83 pence, then I need to delegate it out, okay? Because then I'm freeing up my time, okay? And normally you can hire people, depending on what the project is, for as little as $5 or £5 at the end of the day, right? There's so many great platforms and things like that. So don't give me excuses, all right? Because it's all about how you value yourself, okay? If you don't value yourself highly and you go around doing these £5, £10, $5 jobs, okay, but you're worth, okay, 10 times more than that, okay, then you need to change your mindset. You need to change your mindset straight away, okay? Really, really important. Number 3, it costs too much, okay? And is a really interesting point, okay? I always say to prospects is, okay, you're saying it costs too much compared to what? What are you comparing that to? That's the first thing, okay? Secondly is everyone always looks at the price. Why is it that you need to look at the price all the time? You don't need to look at the price. You need to look at what is the return on investment, okay? What am I going to get? If I invest £2,000 into you, okay, what am I going to get back in return, okay? I need to look at my returns, okay? And also, the other thing is that a lot of things actually don't cost that much money, depending on what you're actually investing in, okay? So, example, and there's so many different examples of this is, the other question you have to really ask yourself is, if I don't have this, what is it going to cost me? Okay. And I have a great call with a client a couple of weeks ago. Okay. And she's kind of umming and ahhing about it. And I'm like, nah, I'm not for you, because for me, I need people who are going to make decisions just like that. All right. And if you're giving me, I'm in an R-ing and things like that, then I'm just not the guy for you at the end of the day. Right. The fear of loss, no one likes to have the fear of loss. It's a bit like, if you give a child a toy, right? Okay. And then 5 minutes later, you take it back off them, right? They're like, why did you take my toy off me? Right. They're so upset about it, right? Because they don't know, they don't understand. It's exactly like that. All right. So that's number 3. Number 4, I have to stay in control. And, especially with the business owners and founders and entrepreneurs that have created something, it's their baby, right? I have to stay in control. It's mine. It belongs to me. You control freak. And the thing is that if you don't allow some sort of flexibility, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to be chained to your business, right? You're not going to ever have a life, okay? And the thing is that if you want to be happy, right? Everyone deserves to be happy, right? You've got to find that balance of, running a business and making money, okay, as well as enjoying life. All right. The reasons why I'm here, right, is because I choose to be here in Cyprus, for example. Okay. So, and the thing is that some people, choose to just be where they're at, right? They're in their little comfort zones and that's it. That's where they're going to be, right? I really want you to think about, everyone has choices in life. It's just all depends on the choice that you're going to make. So that's the next one. Number 5 is I'll just see what happens. I'll just see what happens. And one of the things I teach a lot of my clients is I teach about the concept of eat the frog, right? And I'll give you another example. If you've got a toxic employee, right? Or someone that is not aligned to your values, or someone that is disrupting your culture, or someone like that, right? And you turn around and say, oh, I just see what happens, right? What you're doing is you're just letting it linger, right? And the thing is that you don't want to deal with the temporary emotional discomfort. You don't want to go through that cycle. But the thing is, the longer you leave it, the worse it's going to be. All right. So if you carry on with that mindset, it's going to hold you back like excess baggage. So you've got to deal with that, right? You've got to deal with it straight away. So if you have something that is disrupting you in terms of holding you back, whatever that might be, eat the frog and deal with it now. Okay. I don't want to have any excuses on that part. Okay. Number 6, I have to be available to my business all the time. Now, reality is that I admire hard work, right? But it gets to a point. So for me in my business, for example, I'm on the go. I'm doing I'm doing long hours, but then I've got young kids, right? So I've got 4 kids. So I've got to find that balance between making sure that I'm being a good dad and a good parent, as well as growing my business at the end of the day, right? So of course, I believe in short-term sacrifices for long-term benefits. However, there are systems that you need to put in place that you can leverage to help you grow your business. Could you not use a system? Yes, you could. Is it easy to set up? Most systems are set up. Most systems are pretty affordable, and they will help you leverage and grow your business at the end of the day. I actually got off a great podcast with Marco Robert. If you haven't listened to Marco Robert's podcast, by the way, you need to listen to him, because he talks a lot about the boss system and how to systemize your business and things like that, and the importance of that, of freeing yourself from your business rather than being trapped to the business. Okay. That's number 6. Number 7, really interesting one. This one, competition is too established, right? So if you're a startup, or you're a solopreneur, and you've got a great business idea, and you see that some of your competitors are doing what you're doing, kind of thing, and you just like throw the towel in, you're like, I just can't do it, right? The competition is too good for me, right? They're too well established, or whatever it is. The good thing about being in that position is that you have flexibility, and you've got to create a unique selling proposition. How are you going to be different, right? So if you've got like 3 competitors fishing in the same spot, you've got to be, you might go into what I call niching. You might go into establishing what is it that these guys don't do, right? Okay. So some of the best businesses out there, whether it be Netflix that basically took over Blockbuster Video, right? That's one great example. If we look at, and there are just so many different examples, right? There are just so many examples. They got Uber, for example, who disrupted the black taxi industry in London, for example. So that's another great example. So I really want you to think about, how you can actually be an advantage over your competition rather than be a disadvantage. Number 8, I'm too old and I'm too young. Same bullshit excuse, right? You can never be too old and you can never be too young. The key is to get started. Let me give you an example. Colonel Sanders, who was KFC, right? He was the founder of KFC, right? He started as an entrepreneur at the age of 60, right? The age of 60, you don't have to be too old, right? Look at Zuckerberg. He started as a Facebook when he was a teenager, right? When he was before Harvard University at the end of the day. I started as an entrepreneur at the age of 11, right? So you can never be too old. You can never be too young. You could just be and get started, right? Just get started. That's number 9. Number 8. Number 9. This is my last one, is that you don't deserve it. You don't deserve to be successful. You don't deserve to be an entrepreneur. Who said that? Did you say that? Because if you keep coming up with those same excuses, that's going to inhibit you from your success and your happiness or whatever it is. And we're all on different journeys, guys. Some of you that are listening in are established business owners. Some of you that are listening in are just startup companies or whatever it might be, okay? Everyone deserves to be successful. But guess what? It doesn't come without hard sweat, blood, and tears. You've got to work hard, because if you don't have money right now, all you've got is your time and your hard work. Okay. And if you can't do something, then guess what? Go find out how to do it. Don't tell me you can't do something. You can do something. It's available because we've got Google. Everything is available on Google, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. It is available. It's all about choices. All right. It's not an excuse. It's a choice. You choose to live with those excuses. So listen, I don't want to hear any more excuses in 2021. I don't want to hear the fact that you've got no money. I don't want to hear that that you haven't got enough attention, because guess what? It's an excuse and it's a choice. You choose those choices. So listen, I hope that I've kind of helped you with today in giving you a bit of a kick up the arse going into the new year. And, no more excuses, guys. I want to see results. I want to see you guys flourish. I want to see you guys happy. Okay. Because we all deserve happiness. And if you enjoyed today's episode, do me a favor, reach out to me on social media, recommend this podcast to others. That would be amazing. And we have got some really exciting things coming up extremely soon. We've got the Game Changers Summit coming up really, really soon. Make sure that you keep your eye out on announcements of the Game Changers Summit. We're going to be gearing up. If you haven't already connected with me on social media, please do me a favor. Subscribe, connect with me on LinkedIn, follow me on Instagram, tweet me on Twitter, and also listen to the Game Changers show up on YouTube, released each and every Wednesday as well. Take care. See you soon. Have a fantastic, happy new year. See you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, you guys, I just want to say thank you so much for listening in to this episode of the Game Changers Experience. I hope that you got some amazing value, some great insights, and golden nuggets that you can implement into your business straight away. I would really, really appreciate it if you could leave a 5-star review on the button below. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care.